What would you do if the person you trusted most walked through your front door every week carrying someone else's sin on their skin? The night everything cracked open, I was sitting alone in the dark living room, the TV flickering without sound, when I heard her keys hit the bowl by the door. It was just past midnight, Tuesday again. Bowling night, she always said. But this time, when she walked past me, laughing at something on her phone, that smell hit me harder than ever. Not perfume. Not hers. Cologne. Clean, sharp, masculine. I remember watching her disappear down the hallway, my chest tightening, because I knew, deep down, I wasn't imagining it anymore. And that's when I decided I wasn't going to ask her about it. I was going to prove it. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. At first, I told myself I was being paranoid. We'd been married 8 years. 8. You don't just throw that away over a smell, over a gut feeling, over Tuesdays. But Tuesdays became patterns. Patterns became evidence. She started leaving earlier, 6:30 p.m. sharp. Always dressed just a little nicer than bowling required. Hair done. Nails perfect. A kind of energy she hadn't shown me in years. Leagues getting competitive, she said once, smirking, grabbing her bag. I laughed. Didn't know bowling had a dress code. She didn't laugh back. That was the first time I felt it, that cold distance. Like she had already stepped out of our marriage, and I was just the guy holding the door open behind her. A week later, I checked the bank account. There were charges I couldn't explain. A steakhouse on North Clark Street in Chicago. A boutique wine bar near River North. Always Tuesdays. Always around 9 or 10 p.m. Bowling alleys don't serve $120 ribeyes. That night, I didn't confront her. I sat there while she told me about strikes and spares, about Jessica missing an easy split, about laughter and cheap beer. She lied so smoothly, I almost admired it. Sounds fun, I said. She smiled at me like I was stupid. That's when the humiliation really started to sink in. Not just that she was cheating, but that she thought I'd never catch on. That I was that blind. That weak. So I stopped being her husband. And I became something else. The following Tuesday, I left work early. Parked 2 blocks away from our house on West Belmont Avenue. Waited. At exactly 6:32 p.m., she walked out. But instead of heading toward the highway where the bowling alley supposedly was, she turned left. I followed. Carefully. Slow. Heart pounding like it wanted out of my chest. She drove downtown. Straight into a parking garage off West Kinsey Street. I circled once before pulling in behind her. I watched her step out of the car. And then I saw him. Tall. Clean cut. That same sharp cologne, now making sense even from a distance. He walked up to her like he owned her. And she lit up. Not the polite smile she gave me. This was different. She wrapped her arms around his neck and kissed him like she'd been starving. I gripped the steering wheel so hard my hands went numb. That was the moment I broke. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Quietly. Something inside me just snapped into place. I didn't confront them. I didn't yell. I didn't even move. I just watched. And I remembered. Over the next few weeks, I built my case. I bought a small recorder. Slipped it into her car. Installed a tracking app on her phone while she slept beside me, breathing softly like she hadn't shattered my entire world. I gathered everything. Audio of them laughing. Talking about me. He's clueless, the guy said once. Always has been, she replied. That one hurt more than anything. Photos of them entering hotels. Receipts forwarded to a hidden email account I created. GPS logs. Dates. Times. I became meticulous. Cold. Strategic. Meanwhile, she grew worse. More distant. More irritated. Snapping at me for small things. Why are you always home? She asked one night. I stared at her. It's my house. She rolled her eyes. You're suffocating. I almost laughed. Suffocating? I was the one being buried alive. By the time I was done collecting evidence, I knew everything about their relationship. His name. His job. His wife. Yeah, he was married too. That was when the plan formed. Not revenge fueled by anger. Revenge built on precision. I hired a lawyer quietly. Filed for divorce without telling her. Presented the evidence. Infidelity. Financial misuse. Emotional distress. Ironclad. Then I reached out to his wife. We met at a small diner off North Halsted Street. She looked nervous. Confused. I think our spouses know each other, I told her. Then I slid the photos across the table. I watched her face collapse the same way mine had weeks earlier. Two broken people sitting across from each other, bound by betrayal. Do you want to do something about it? I asked. She nodded slowly. That's when everything started moving. We coordinated. The following Tuesday, of course it was a Tuesday, I let my wife get ready like usual. Watched her put on that same dress. That same smile that wasn't meant for me. Bowling night, she said. Have fun, I replied. She left. I waited 10 minutes. Then I made a few calls. By 9:15 p.m., everything was in place. The restaurant they loved, an upscale place near Michigan Avenue, was about to host the most memorable dinner of their lives. When they were seated, laughing, probably ordering wine, the first person to approach their table wasn't a waiter. It was his wife. She stood there silently. Then I walked up behind her. My wife turned, and for the first time in weeks, I saw genuine fear in her eyes. What is this?" she stammered. I placed a thick envelope on the table. "Proof," I said calmly. Her hands trembled as she opened it. "Photos, transcripts, financial records. Every lie, every Tuesday, every betrayal." The restaurant had gone quiet. People were watching. The guy tried to stand up. "This isn't the place." "Sit down," I said. And he did. Because suddenly, he wasn't so confident anymore. His wife was crying. My wife looked like she couldn't breathe. "You both thought you were untouchable," I continued. "You thought you could humiliate us and walk away clean." I leaned closer. "You were wrong." Within weeks, everything collapsed for them. My divorce went through fast. With the evidence, she didn't get much. The house. Mine. Savings. Mostly mine. Her job found out. Turns out workplace relationships violated policy. She was let go. The guy's wife filed for divorce too. His world crumbled just as quickly. Last I heard, he moved out of state. My ex. She tried calling me once. I didn't answer. There was nothing left to say. Now, the house is quiet. No more Tuesday nights. No more lies drifting through the hallway. Just silence. And sometimes, late at night, I still remember the way she smelled when she walked through that door, and how that one small detail led me to burn her entire world to the ground. Because the truth is, she didn't lose me the night I found out. She lost everything the moment she thought I never would. The end.